And good morning, this is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. I'm glad that you have joined me. It's a bright, cloudy, rainy day today. I don't know if that's coming up from the hurricane yet. I think it's supposed to get here by Friday, but it's not going to hit us too much. It's mostly going to be a coastal thing, so that's not bad. But we do get some offshoots of rain, and we got rain last night, thunder and lightning last night. That could have been just a normal South Carolina summer storm. But it's happening, and we're expecting it. And, of course, every time this happens, we all go to the store and we buy out the milk and the bread. It's just something we do. It's a tradition. Anytime there's a storm coming, even if it's snow, we still go out and buy out the store of the bread and milk. Just a southern thing. You know, I had something strange happen to me yesterday on X, or otherwise known as Twitter also. A guy posted a picture, and the picture was of a man who had a beard that was dressed up in a dress on a step of his house, twirling. I mean, he was just going round and about and moving all around, just making his dress flow and everything. So the question on the post by this guy on Twitter was, what do you call this? What is one name that you would call him? And so I said, he. I responded and said, he. Within a matter of seconds, I got a notice from Twitter saying that I was being locked out of my account, and that I needed to delete the posting, or my response to a posting, immediately, because it was considered hate speech. Now, I called the guy a he, and he was a he. If you have a beard, if you have a manly look, but you're wearing a dress, you're still a he. Doesn't matter. You still have a penis, so you're a he. But someone in Twitter decided, okay, that's offensive. That is hate speech. So they blocked my account. And the response that sits on my account at the moment in Twitter, let me go to it just 1 second. I'll tell you what it says. It says, your account is locked. Oh, shoot. I went too far. Here we go. Your account is locked. After careful review, we determined your account broke the X rules. Your account is temporarily in a read-only mode, which means you can't post, repost, or like content. Most accounts regain full access in a week, but it could be longer, it says. Now, my concern is I said nothing of hate. All that I did was give my opinion. By the way, under the Constitution, speech is to give an opinion. And I gave my opinion. He's a he. And he is a he. I'm telling the truth. He's a he. But someone in Twitter decided, no, that's hate speech. Or somebody reported me as hate speech. And it's not. Not in any way. But if you read the rules of Twitter, it's very broad. They can conclude that anything is hate speech. If that person that's reviewing your account or reviewing your posting is reviewing it, and perhaps he has a political bias, perhaps he has a social bias. So I was locked out. And so I'm locked out at the moment on Twitter. So that brings up the question to me, does Twitter really have freedom of speech that Elon Musk talks about so freely? Or is it just freedom of speech that he can say, but other individuals cannot say anything? They cannot offer an opinion. So if a guy is standing there in a dress with a beard, and I say it's a he, that is now considered hate speech. Now, I appealed it. So let's see what happens on my appeal. Probably nothing, because I think social media has now become, again, Twitter has become controlled by wokeism within the company. Under the new president, she has stated what she believes on speech that is hurtful, that they will monitor us, they will block us, they will do whatever they have to do. She has already stated that. So the mindset has already changed at Twitter. At least this is my opinion. Now, they'll probably block me again because I'm expressing my opinion. But this is a problem with social media. And when you have individuals working for a company that does not understand what freedom of speech is, and they apply only their political agenda to what they feel freedom of speech is, then you don't have freedom of speech. We're right back at the same spot we were when Twitter was bought by Elon Musk. So my question to Elon Musk, do you really believe in freedom of speech, or have you just let it go back to the woke people that are still working for you, by the way? That's the question. Coffee is so good. So that's what happened to me last night on Twitter. So now I don't know if I can trust Twitter or not. Now the other issue that I saw this morning is that, Kamala Harris has a problem when she speaks. And she never thinks about what she's speaking about. Or what she knows what her political agenda is through the White House and through the president and how Bidenomics is so great. But then she makes this one statement. And she's been slammed for it. People are really slamming for it. When she made this one statement, most Americans are a $400 unexpected expense away from bankruptcy. So if you believe that Bidenomics is so great and the economy is so great and people are doing so good, why would you make a statement that says the American person is $400 away from bankruptcy if something bad happened? So don't believe what Biden is telling you or what Kamala Harris is telling you about not freedom of speech, but Bidenomics, because it's not working. It has not been working because it's not about inflation. That bill that they passed, Inflation Reduction Act, was not one single thing about inflation. It was all about Green New Deals, global warming, global change, and everything else. The other issue, I was reading, I don't know if you know who Charlie Munger is, but Charlie Munger is the business partner of the Oracle, the king of the Oracle. Oh my gosh, what is his name? His mind went completely out of my mind. It's tough when you get old and these things just pop out of your mind. And you can see the face in your head, but you can't remember the name. Yeah, that's me. But anyway, what he said yesterday, he said this statement: I think the best road ahead to human happiness is to expect less. I'll say it again. I think the best road ahead to human happiness is to expect less. Not to expect more out of the United States, not to expect that we can accomplish great things, not to think that we can expect to demand more of government to do what's right, but we are to expect less. I don't know if I agree with him. I think that probably in the remainder of Americans' minds are probably saying, what is the future ahead of me? And perhaps the question that they're asking to themselves, do I just expect less? Because the government's not helping. The government's not doing anything to reduce inflation. The government's not doing anything to protect my legal rights under the Constitution, such as my right of freedom of speech. And if you look at the freedom of speech under the First Amendment of the Constitution, it clearly states that I can give my opinion. So I don't think that there's anybody out there that is thinking very positively at the moment about the United States. I think that what we believe is, yes, we believe in our country. We believe in the American people. But we just don't believe in who's running the government at the moment. Because it's affecting how we're living. It's affecting it. I saw a video yesterday of a young mother who has a young son. And she says, I am tired. I am tired. I work 2 jobs. I work hard. I clean people's houses. And I'm not getting ahead. And my rent is $4,000 a month. Do I give up one of my bedrooms, move my son in with my bedroom, and rent out that other room so that I can get some help? The food that she buys is costing her so much money. And you hear the voice of a young mother saying that, and you say, you know what, I'm in the same boat. I'm having tough times too trying to buy food. It keeps going up, and it keeps going up. It's an amazing thing that we have to go through. But this is what happens in recessions, because we are in a recession. Don't tell anybody tell you that we're not in a recession. We're in a recession. We have had months and months and months, and quarter after quarter after quarter of negative downturn in the economy. Anyway, we need to think more about that. Currently, I'm writing a book, and it's called Our Constitution, the original business plan for America. And I'm literally going through each amendment, every single article, giving a brief explanation, then providing a full context, full print of that portion of the Constitution. And I'm taking each article one by one, and then I'll go through the rest of the Constitution, all the amendments. But as I read it, I said, you know what, these guys who wrote this had great hope for this nation. They developed a system that was fair and even and balanced. And it only has become damaged by the recent politics. I was reading the commerce portion of the Constitution. Yes, there's a commerce portion that affects businesses. Every one of you who owns a business should understand what that portion of the Constitution says, because it affects you. It affects the products that we're buying. And the treaties that we go into with foreign countries on trade. But I'm reading it through line by line. And I wrote it because I felt that I didn't know the Constitution well enough. And I didn't want to just make statements saying, well, Article 1, da-da-da-da-da-da, just spouting out stuff that I heard before, but I really, truly wanted to understand the full Constitution and how it affects you and me. So that book will be coming out soon. Listen, that's the end of my podcast today. I'm glad that you joined me. If you would like to sit down with me and talk, you can book a confidential time with me at www.lodge.co.com. And if you have a business question or comment, send it to me at thebsuinessadvisor@gmail.com. Everybody, go out and have a great day. God bless you. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.